Welcome
Welcome
to Shade
to
and the
Shade in the
City.
City.
I am your
It's
girl,
us
Trace,
again. It's no.
and we are getting into episode 14 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Please make sure that you hit that like button as you're coming in.
And you hit that subscribe button.
And y'all, let's get into it. And we know we're late, so let's be shady. And let's just get right into it and get into the shade of it all because you know these girls got it. Let's do it.
So everybody is getting up super early to meet up with Sanya. Apparently they're going to Kingston. Um, Sheree is first and she got the cakes out. Okay. She's like, girl, you told me that in Kingston, these men like bodies, and I got the body for them. Okay. Candy's getting ready. She said, you know what? She is just trying to control her anger and she is completely done with Marlo. And Todd just feels like it
And she
has a lot
should.
to do. Yes, she should. And Todd feels like it has a lot to do with Marlo's insecurities. And you know what? I don't think Kenya really gives a damn. Manetta and Heath show up on time. You know why that is? Because of Heath. I ain't saying nothing against Manetta, okay? She could be a timely person. But we know how the others get down. They are on time.
Okay. He said I'm timely.
Yeah, they are on time. Okay. Now Sanya says everybody usually goes to like the touristy area, but we're driving 2 hours away to my hometown, Kingston, today. Okay, so we need to get on this road. Um, she says she's gonna be hosting a race with Sanya and Drew. No, not Sanya and Drew. Who's it wasn't Sanya.
Marlo and Drew. Marlo
Marlo
and
and
Drew are
Drew.
going to be doing a race on the
Where
same
she had her first race.
right.
Um now Drew finally shows up. She I don't want to say finally because she's only like 5 minutes late compared to everybody else. Sanya gives her a Olympic uniform because at one point in time Drew was a track star. She does not let us forget it, just like Sanya does not let us forget that
Yeah, she's an
she's an
Olympian.
Olympian.
And they cut to Drew in the confessional and she talks about, Sanya, we get it. You passing out your trophies, your medals. Yeah, and I did feel like this was a little haterish. No offense, Drew, but it was a
It
little.
is haterish in the fact that you're talking about she do anything for clout, boo. I'm here to let you know I don't need your clout. So pass on. Okay, I got my own. I'm a whole Olympian over here, okay? So then Marlo shows up. She's 15 minutes late, once they all get on the bus.
But her hair looks cute. Okay. I was loving the hair. It was cute. It was cute.
It was all right.
I liked it. It was cute.
I feel like the hairstyle would have been cute if it wasn't on a wig and it wasn't so pushed forward. Like if it was, or not on a wig, but I mean, if it wasn't so pushed forward, it just seemed like maybe it wasn't a full lace or like the lace didn't go that far back. So she wanted to do the buns or whatever as far as the lace went back. So she only did it right here. I don't know. It just didn't seem placed right. But whatever. That's neither here nor there. At least she got edges.
It's the hater energy. Go ahead.
Well, I got edges. Okay. Ain't nobody
It's
hates.
not about the edges.
I don't need to wear a wig. Hate for what? Look, we Kenya over here, boo.
Okay.
Anyway.
That's fine. But that don't mean just because you wear wigs don't mean you ain't got edges.
I'm talking about Marlo. Marlo didn't have edges. I was talking about edges, and then you said I was hating. So I didn't know if we were talking about the wig or we talking about the edges.
I was talking about the wig. I was talking about the edges.
Either way, she don't need them and she got them, okay? So there's no need to hate. So Drew lets Marlo know that she feels like they had a connection when they were discussing parenting. And Marlo just is like, you know what? I just want to apologize. Because all she heard was the word no when they were talking about adoption, and she believes that it was due to her past trauma. She reacted the way she did due to her past trauma. So the ladies hug it out, and she also offers Sanya an apology as well for, beginning to mess up her trip, even though it's supposed to be drama free. Candy don't give a damn who the hell Marlo is apologizing to. She's like, I don't want none of it this way. I don't want her to look at me, touch me. I started to say tease me, feel me and caress me. Okay. Yeah. She don't want none of that negative energy around her. All right. She said she is Zana. Now everybody is concerned about what the hell Kitty is. What's her face? Sheree feel like maybe she got some nookie knife before from John, because she like, yo,
Kitty said she ain't get enough time. She felt like it was just moving too fast. She ain't eat yet. It's just a lot of things going on,
And then they cut to Kenya. This lady over here opening up the curtains. First of all, no, Sanya calls her and asks her, hey, what's going on? Are you coming? We're trying to leave here in 5 minutes. She's like, yeah, I'll try. Kenny is over here opening up the curtains, letting the sun in. She's
it's like, morning.
Right? She goes out on the balcony, taking pictures of the view and the ocean, and finally sends a text saying that she won't be able to make it. Now, Trace, what's your favorite term?
What?
It's the sense of urgency for me.
Oh, yeah, it was the sense of urgency. I did feel like, because, now don't get me wrong, she can tell you that's why she brought it up. I have no problem if you say you can't make something, you're not gonna want to do something. I can respect. I've learned to love all my friends and respect their boundaries and what they do and how people move. I learned to appreciate people for who they are. But what I will not do is you sit on my time and waste my time and not communicate with me, or you communicate with me. And then if I were to see this tape and see that you were bullshitting me, oh no, that would have been a problem for me. We wouldn't have been friends after that. Like, you're clearly playing, like, she should have just been better off just saying, girl, I'm not gonna make it. And I would appreciate that. I would have respected her so much more for just saying she wasn't.
I mean, she did. After she opened up the curtains and went and took pictures.
But this is after they waited 25, 30 minutes for her. That would have made me hot. But that's just
the fact that I even got to call you. Why I got to call you?
You didn't call me or text me and say, hey, girl, you know what time we spoke. It's so many levels. It's so many. That's why I said I don't get me wrong, I fucks with Kenya, but that would have been an issue for me. But I think Kenya is just, I'm not going to listen to your rules, because her and Drew already talked about that. It's her kind of her low-key birthday trip. So I get it. If that's your move and you just using this as a vacation as well as a filming opportunity for the show so you can make your bread, I'm not knocking you, but just tell me that.
Marlo, she don't seem to be up for this race, y'all. She's trying to do whatever she can to talk herself out of it. And Drew was like,
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Right.
I ain't bring no shoes.
They're like, girl, we got sneakers. Okay. Drew, like, I got my Olympic uniform. We doing this. Okay. And Sanya says, no. In Jamaica, when you say you're going to do a race, you're going to do a race. So it's happening. She ain't getting out of this one. So they make a stop. Sanya says that she grew up in Kingston until she was about 12. And she wanted to show the ladies, well, I'm sorry, not the ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Her old house that she grew up in. And it ran into her auntie Sharon. And some other lady who recognized her. I don't know who the other lady was. But apparently she used to play at this lady's house. She's not really her aunt, but she says in Jamaica, if your parents are friends, they're really close, you call everybody auntie. So that's her auntie Sharon.
Right.
Then
I was like, sisters with the same name? That's so strange.
So Marlo, was it Marlo? I think it was Marlo. Marlo asked how she was as a child. She was like, girl, she was fabulous. She'd come over here, play all the time. I loved her company. Her mom was great. She was fabulous. So then she takes them to a gated fancy ice cream shop. And let me tell you something. This ice cream looks so good. I had to go make me a cone. Like, seriously.
I was gonna say, y'all see she eating ice cream, right?
It ain't my fault.
Oh.
Now it's called Devin's House. And she says one of the most wealthiest Jamaican Black men in Jamaica bought it. She says her parents actually got married there. It's like a social place where a lot of people go to celebrate the great things that Jamaica has to offer.
Right.
Now, Sheree and Marlo are outside discussing all the shit, all the craziness that went down between Marlo and Candy. And, she lets her know, like, I think sometimes your passion comes off as, and Marlo finishes her sentences and says aggressive and below the belt, maybe.
Just a little bit.
Just you just want to win. It's not even the shit.
And Marlo feels like Candy should have just minded her damn business.
But so
and
should
stayed
you have.
out of it.
If that's the case, so should you have.
Even though she was in Ralph's business, which is what Candy's point was, as she's over here talking to Monyetta and he. And she says, and what really bothered her was the fact that she kept coming at Todd.
And she was being a hypocrite. She said she's tired of her being a hypocrite. Because basically you talking about him and his parenting when you gave up your whole nephews. So, she was bothered by that. Finally, Kenya shows up 2 hours late. Just in time for ice cream. Okay, so she walked her ass right in there, get her some ice cream. Now, Sanya and Kenya, they sit down. And Sanya wants to know, like, yo, what's up? Like, why you not showing up for me on my trip? And Kenya's like, well, girl, I showed up every other time on time. And Shady ass Bravo, okay, they got the receipts, of course. And it shows that deception was indicated. Okay. Because they didn't show not one time that this woman was on time. But of course, she says, well, let me let you know what happened. She says, she had a conversation with Brooklyn. And for the past week, she hasn't wanted to talk to her father. And he doesn't even want to come to Atlanta. So she says, this divorce is crazy. And she really didn't want it to affect her. But she really just wants to protect her daughter. And she doesn't want her to lose the relationship with her dad. Now, Sanya feels like she is constantly using this man as a scapegoat. Okay. So I feel like Sanya kind of got aggravated. She's like, look, come on, like, it's time to go. We got to go do this race. So she scoops everybody up, lets them know, hey, it's time to head out. Go meet at the track because the minister, we're supposed to meet him there in 15 minutes. And Marlo tries to come to common ground with Candy by gossiping about Portia. That Simon got Portia. Candy ain't here for
Candy's like, I'm not going.
Like, why are you talking to me? Oh, girl, you so petty.
Your feelings still hurt. You still mad about that? I'm sorry, Candy, if I hurt your feelings.
She's like, keep your fucking sorry. I don't want to. They make it to the
Jamaican National Stadium.
It's a tongue twister, y'all. I don't give a damn what y'all say. It's a tongue twister. Sanya says she used to run the 400, which is one lap around the track, and she used to do it in 48 seconds.
Okay.
Period. Okay. She said she has the record for the fastest American to run the 400. Drew, that's why she talk about it. She out here setting records. Did you do that when you was running track? Oh, okay. All right. So she has the ladies watch
song now. She can sing a good song. But she can't
run. Did she set a record? No, did she sell any records? Oh.
That was shady. That was shady. That was shady.
I mean, we ain't gonna sit here and get on folks that did some shit.
I give you that.
Okay, so she has the ladies watch her run and set a timer. She's like, time me, bitch. And with her shoes off. Okay. Candy says it is amazing to be in the presence of greatness. I know that's right, because Candy out here setting records too.
Because we worldwide.
We worldwide.
Okay. www. Period. .com. Verbatim.
Candy is setting records, breaking records, and selling records.
Well,
worldwide.
I guess Candy can say
worldwide.
Worldwide.
Marlo, you heard that? Worldwide. Okay. So Kenya says she betting on Drew because she's sure Marlo is weighed down with all these lipo garments she got on. And Candy says, I don't give a damn what race she's in.
She going for more
race. The one she knew that she would win. She got her bet on Drew. Point blank, period. So Marlo looks like Marlo goes to change, okay? And
she done stripped down to her undergarments.
Basically, she got on a Balenciaga underwear with a sports bra to run in. Okay, and Drew put on her Olympic uniform. Now, apparently, I don't know, Marlo's, whatever the hell she got on, it worked because she beat her in 8 seconds. All right, she made it across that finish line first, titties hanging out and all. All right. Now Drew loses her mind and goes crazy, and I don't want. Well, she didn't go crazy, but they showed the footage. They showed the picture that Marlo won the race, and she's playing around, and she ends up hurting herself after the damn race. Now we know Drew hurt one of her ankles. Now she got the other one hurting.
Okay.
All on the floor, looked like she about to burst out in tears. And she's like, I don't give a damn. I know what this is. It's a ruptured Achilles. Now the minister shows up, and Marlo like, child, let me go put some clothes back on my body. Stop walking around this track with just my underwear on, because there's a whole minister present. And everybody goes to check on Drew.
She respects the Lord. I can give her that.
Huh?
She respects the Lord.
She knew the minister was coming. Everybody goes to check on Drew, and the minister tells her, look, if you need to go to the doctor, I will make sure you see the best. And Drew says, Sanya has all the connections, and in this moment, she felt the one love. Okay. Now Drew sends a text, and she confirms that she does have a torn Achilles. Which I would assume is worse than a ruptured Achilles.
Right.
So they ask her if she needs to go home. She's like, I don't know. I just got to talk with the ortho first, find out what's going on. And Sanya lets the ladies know that tomorrow will be her first day with iFit. She kind of personally invites Kenya and Sheree because
they're both into fitness, so they have,
for the connections and into fitness and things like that. But she says it is an open invitation. So whoever wants to come is more than welcome. And she also has plans for them to get on a catamaran.
So Sanya's up and at them at 7. She's got to go film her iFit stuff. She's about her money, as she should be. And I ain't mad at it. Now, Kenya, I feel like it's a call around 9:30. I do believe that Sanya told them, or I don't think they showed the time Kenya got the call, but Sanya did tell them to be ready for the bus by 9:30, meaning be there by 9:20, 9:25, if you're smart. But us CPs, we got to show up 9:30, 9:35. How.
And Kenya, she ain't even a CP. I don't know what the hell that is. She got a whole
right. So Sheree and Moneta and Michelle are all sitting like what seems like in the lobby talking. I think they knew they missed the bus, but I don't think they was necessarily trying to catch it, is what it seemed like to me.
Who the hell is Michelle?
Sheree's friend that she bought with her.
Oh, okay. All right. Carry on.
You don't know. So Kenya sits up here and lies and says, I was ready. She said, I was ready.
She said she was early.
She said she was early, and she said she called her, she didn't answer, and so she did, but she said she was ready to go.
I know what she meant by early. Instead of being 2 hours late, she was an hour late.
You stupid. She said she feels like she was disinvited, and Moneta says she hopes that wasn't the case and it was just a miscommunication.
Child, we know that's what it was. It was a miscommunication.
Now Marlo was on this bus. She said, I saw the bus, I got on it, it was there, I just happened to be on time. And she's sitting around filming, like watching Sanya and Ross film their iFit commercial, and cheering them on, just being supportive. And walking around the grounds with Adrian, and Sanya meets up with her, and Sanya lets us know that she lost her phone. And so basically, she doesn't know who called her or texted her, but she gave them the details. If you want, clearly Marlo showed up, so if you wanted to be there, you could be
there. Exactly. You didn't need a phone call.
I think Sanya at this point is like, I'm done with playing babysitter for you bitches, is what she's on. Now, Candy stops by to see Drew, and she's sitting on a couch with her foot up, and Candy asks, basically, she's like, well, she obviously did what she did to her foot. And so she, is chilling, not trying to be miserable, just sitting there. And so she's like, well, can you read with me? Because I gotta, rehearse.
She said she bought that bag first.
And so Drew goes over this, what is it, the method? What's the method? Because my I'd Hogan, I hope you ain't shit. Okay, so basically it's about really understanding your character. It helps you develop who that person is, learning like what they would do, what would they wake like. I can understand what you were saying. Like you
I
really
felt like Candy in this moment.
and I get Drew. Maybe that's why I like Drew because I get
Whatever you saying right now is boring as hell. Okay. I ain't trying to hear this shit.
if you have to act, you have to know your character.
Just say, get it into why you boo. I don't need a whole lesson.
Have you seen Candy act?
Yes, on the Shy.
That's why Drew is trying to tell her she needs to get into her.
The nerve. She's good on the Shy. You're not even caught up, boo. So let's not do that.
I'm just saying, I've seen her last season and it was
You
not.
didn't even see Drew act on the game.
I'm just saying, I can agree with her method.
Yeah, so don't just say. Don't just say.
So then the ladies start to discuss, Marlo and what's going on with her and Candy. And Candy is just like, I'm done with Marlo. And Drew questions, she's like, well, I'm starting to question Marlo's intentions because she's had a couple of things to say about Sanya herself, about how she's kind of a sucker. And
Bravo came through with the receipts.
Yeah.
As per
usual.
usual.
Doing things for clout, and now here you are turning around riding Sonya's coattail. So funny how the tables turn.
Oh, what? The ladies are headed to the catamaran. Apparently, Candy and Todd are not going. Sheree does explain that, Candy has her audition, that she's probably getting ready for. So they are taking this catamaran in Ocho Rios, which is where I want to go. Okay.
It look cute.
What'd you say?
It look cute.
Yes. They're taking the Chukka Cats is the name of the catamaran. Now, as soon as they get on the boat, Kenya starts mimicking Sanya. Apparently she mad. She in her feelings. She says, what's Sanya's name? Something, whatever. Well, she says
Richardson Ross.
Yes, there you go. And says that she's a four-time Olympic champion. Kenya clearly has had way too many rum punch because she's having a great time on this microphone, y'all. Now, she says being on this catamaran, dancing on the water is getting her groove back. Now, she also says that she's mad at Sanya, but really she ain't mad because she's still having a good time.
Right.
Now, whatever the food, they got food on this boat, y'all. Now, you can't be on the water on the boat without no food, okay? Now, this food look good, it look juicy, and apparently it's much better than whatever the hell Sanya was serving at her house because ain't nobody complaining.
Right.
Sheree lets them know that she'll be putting on a presentation for her clothing line in 3 weeks. And she says she ain't been getting no sleep. She's just been grinding. She also says in the confessional that the reason why she's not calling a fashion show and she's calling it a fashion presentation is to lower expectations, just in case, some of her pieces don't come through because we know it's happened before.
So she's already planning for the worst.
She wants to be prepared. Okay. This has been a long time coming. All right. Now Kenya says, boo, do you need a model? She says, I was a former USA and a professional model. Now, instead of walking the runway, she is twirling on the pole. Okay. Sheree tells the DJ to turn the music off. She says the ladies are busting it all out. It says
her manera was
says she loves Kenya dearly. Okay, but her video vixen days are over. And she says that her line is classy and not this freak hoe fashion show.
I loved it.
Goddamn. So the ladies meet up with Sanya. Sheree lets her know, like, well, I'm mad at you for uninviting me. And Sanya like, boo, that's what we're not gonna do. We ain't doing that, boo. You didn't show up. And she says that she told her to be at the lobby at 9:30, and she was there. Now, of course, Bravo coming through with the receipts shows that Miss Sheree was on the beach at 9:30.
Okay.
Not in the lobby. Now, Sanya says that she would never purposely leave her. And
reunion and they address all this.
Huh?
I can't wait to the reunion. They address all
I be
this.
feeling that same way. Like, please run it back, watch it, and then discuss it at the reunion. So Sheree says, her feelings are really hurt as she goes to put her shoes on and tries to lean on Sanya for some help. Marlo was like, boo, you trying to lean on her and talk shit?
Help.
Where did you do that at? But anyway, she says, I'll give you a pass, but I don't think Kenny will. Sanya says she really don't give a fuck. Okay. So they load up on the bus to head to Rose Hall for dinner. Apparently, it used to be a plantation, but it is now a historic museum. Marlo says Rose Hall is beautiful. Sanya keeps getting better and better. She says she started off at shit, and now she's all the way up to sugar.
Okay.
Went from sugar to shit.
Okay.
I mean, from shit.
Just sugar.
You know what? It is from sugar to shit, ain't it? She said from shit to shit. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, Kenzie asked Rob, like, sir, when are we going to hear an excerpt from your book? He's like, I really want to hear my shit. I really want a piece of my shit. All right, I'm gonna get up and talk about it.
He was like, well, here it is in my pocket.
Right? Well, here you go.
Here you go.
He said the book is called A Step in Parenting. And he begins reading a bit about it. And Drew is actually fighting back the tears, listening to him talk about it. And, because she says he's opening it up in a way that he never has before.
About Josiah, especially.
Huh?
About Josiah.
Yes. Now, Sheree begins discussing with Kenya, sidebar, okay, while everybody else is having a whole nother conversation.
She does say she's going to hold off on, basically it pacified her, and she's going to sit on the adoption conversation for a little while longer. She's not going to go as hard as she was going before.
So while everybody's having a conversation about the book that he just read a little excerpt from, Sheree and Kenya are discussing Sheree's conversation with Sanya earlier, and she says, girl, she told me that we ain't show up. Kenya like, whoa. She said, what? What? She's like, hold on, Sanya. You told Sheree that we just didn't show up? She's like, you didn't call me. I tried to call you. She was like, you didn't call to check up. She was like, boo, I was working. Did you expect me to stop working and be like, oh, the girls aren't here?
I'm supposed to stop what I'm doing and just, hey, girls, are you? And
Kenya's like, yeah, actually, I did. This is the problem. That's the problem. I was wondering what it was earlier. That's the problem. You want bitches to baby you. So
you're calling Kenya out because you think she wants to be babied.
If I sent you the invitation, I don't see any need to follow up with you.
I can see that. And if I'm interested, I'm going to, but I guess that's what Kenya's point was I reached out to you. But I think I'm just going to play devil's advocate or say, if Kenya really was that interested, if it were me, I'm going to hit you the night before.
Fuck that.
Just to make sure, be like, girl, so you said the bus was going to be outside.
Yeah. You know what? That would be, yep. You know what? And that's the energy I was on. But you know what? Sanya had an even better point. She said if Kenya really wanted to be there, she'd have hopped in a cab and got there like she did the day before.
In that part too.
And with that being said, that's it. Because she's right. Kenya,
you make it anywhere else on her own. So she was like, so I get where Sanya was coming from, where I thought you were good. I thought you were good with the catamaran. That's what and that's fine. That was good with me. But don't come at me afterwards and act stupid. And I'm really thrown by Sheree.
And at the end of the day, it'd be different if nobody showed up. Somebody was actually able to make it on the bus on time. Somebody made it. So it's not like the bus wasn't there. There was a miscommunication. I explicitly explained how to get there, what you need to do to get there. And someone followed instructions. But because you didn't do that, don't come at me.
Right.
And don't come at me for not babying you because I had to work. Especially when you showed me that things you want to be a part of, you will be, and things that you don't, you won't.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Okay, Team Sanya. Okay.
For this.
For this. Okay,
For
for
this.
this one. Now, after that, the girls are still, Kenya's still coming at her, and Raw stands up and is like, look, what you're not gonna do is with my wife.
Mm.
And they end it just like that. Straight like that.
Just like that.
Thank
Thank you guys
for tuning in to another review of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Please make sure that if you have not already, you hit that like button,
you comment,
you subscribe,
and you hit the notification bell.
and please make sure that y'all are liking us on all of our platforms: Twitter, Facebook, TikTok,
IG,
all that fun stuff. And yes, guys, we will catch you next week for another review of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Love you. Thank you so much for the support.
Good night.
Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Hey!